up? You are here with Synmedia today. I'm Jacob.
And I'm Matt from Sin.
And we're here with West TheBarton Brothel Party. Hey, already messed it up. So we got Nick over here, Ray, Hugh, and Brian. How you guys been? You made the big trip today to Melbourne. How was that?
Yeah, good, man. We just got out of a car. We've been on the road for about 10 hours, so
Jeez.
It's been a pretty long trek.
Yeah.
I think we all kind of stink like each other now, but
Yeah.
can't really do much else about
That's
that.
fair. That's all right.
Camaraderie and bonding, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
musky scent is very nice. I'm digging it. So you're launching your new single, Moving Out, at Yaya's tonight on the Melbourne leg. And it's picking up a lot of traction. You got rotation on Triple J now, and it's got heaps of good reviews. So, what is it about that song do you think is kind of resonating with people?
Oh, I think really it's just like, being in a rock band, and, we kind of like to write kind of music that everyone gets into.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people that generally are, people that listen to our songs really like the fact that the material kind of resonates with them a little bit.
Mm.
The song is essentially just about different situations in moving out,
Yeah.
moving out, get away from your parents, trying to, finding the sickest share house with all your mates and just getting a really good price on it and moving into it.
Yeah.
Or falling in love with your girlfriend and then suddenly you're like, oh, catch you guys later, catch you. I'm moving moving in to a little unit in Brompton. So, yeah, I guess, everyone can relate to it.
Mm.
And
That's
I think
awesome.
musically, it's pretty straight, it's pretty simple, it's pretty pumping. It kind of kicks along reasonably well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I wanted to ask about the music though, and this is kind of apparent in a lot of your other songs that I've heard. I mean, maybe this is just me, but there's always this weird, bittersweet kind of dark undertone about the stuff you guys play. Is that a conscious choice in the band to not make everything really happy or anything like that?
I think it's just, not everything is all rosy, and I don't know. I write all the lyrics, and I like to be pretty honest with everything. Not everything is always
Yeah.
happy. But having said that, it's kind of like everything I write. I don't try and aim at it being super realistic. I just try and make it very celebrational.
Yeah,
So celebrating small little things. In this instant, celebrating moving out of home or moving out of a shit bad situation. But I just try and write almost celebratory songs or songs that really make you think about things, and every song I write is pretty much based on a situation where I've been through. So I guess that answers your question.
Yeah, no, it definitely does.
And you guys hooked up with Dylan Adams as well for that latest single, didn't you? He's done a bit of mucking around with DMAs and sticky fingers.
Oh man, Dylan's the best, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
He kept us on a straight and narrow, which is really good, getting all the recording done. So, yeah, and the sounds that he managed to get out of us was really great as well, and his production's just fantastic. So yeah, we couldn't really be happier.
So did you go? Sorry, mate, you go.
I've never met someone who's so keen to leave Sydney and come to Melbourne and hang out away from his partner, away from his kid, away from his friends, and hang out with just 7 dudes he didn't even know, and at the drop of a hat.
Really?
We literally organised it a week before we recorded it, but he came down and we had such a good couple of days.
That's awesome.
We drank so much, but
Yeah.
it was good.
So what do you think that he brought out of you? Did you have the idea of the track beforehand, or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
definitely.
pretty old tune.
Okay.
It's been kicking around for quite a long time actually. Couldn't tell you, probably a year,
Right.
I guess. It's been sort of a staple in the live set
Yeah.
for quite a while.
I think that what Dylan brought out was having 4 guitars. Sometimes it's really hard to see kind of through the fog and see what works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
And he's really got an ear for riffs. And when you've got 4 guitars in a band, everyone wants their riff to be up. Everyone wants theirs high in the mix.
Yeah.
Really good. But he's really good at just cutting it all back, saying that one sounds really good there, that one sounds really good there. The song was really different before he kind of came in. And, props to him. He's made the song
Yeah.
really, really almost sophisticated with the guitars.
I think that really comes out in it, and it's very
Thanks.
clear cut with the guitars too. That's what I noticed.
It's
Succinct.
probably the most
Yeah.
concise, succinct song we've recorded.
Yeah, you could definitely hear that because like
Yeah.
just through the mix, like saying that you have like 4 guitarists in a band, like you couldn't tell on a song like Moving Out at all, like to me. So yeah, like fantastic. How did you kind of go about I guess when you guys write, how do you kind of go about contributing and like divvying things up so everyone kind of gets a say or an input?
Well, I think it's just generally at band practice, it's pretty easy for everyone to rock up and we start jamming on ideas and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Usually all the songs come through and, you know, there's always like a little template that gets written down. Lyrics will come down and then suddenly like one of the guitar players will be like, oh, do you mind if we try out this?
Yeah.
And it always works. But you know, it's really weird. Like we write our songs so similarly all the time.
Yeah.
But I think we've definitely got a bit of a formula going on, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Has that kind of come out of spending a lot of time together? Like, did you guys even live together at one point?
Not directly,
Okay.
but through people we've known, we've lived together. And
Yeah, yeah.
A couple of the guys live together now.
They do at the moment.
Okay.
And then some of us may be living together soon. It's that
Yeah.
kind of thing,
Awesome,
yeah.
awesome.
Who knows? Yeah.
Sure.
If they make it through the tour, they will.
Yeah.
I think we were like, oh, we've been listening to this song so much, we've been brainwashed into thinking we all need to live together now. So
It might work having a whole like band house.
Yeah.
I guess.
I don't know though.
You sound way more convinced not being the one living in that house.
I told you, I'll move to Adelaide. I'll be the 8th member. I'll get it sorted. Cool.
Just running, you know how that sometimes living together, being in share houses, that's provided a bit of content for your music. It seems like. Do you have any real shit stories?
Ooh.
that
I
sort of-
reckon you've got one from the other day.
What was this one?
This was
Prompt
the check in the
Oh,
mail.
the check in the mail. Yeah.
I don't even know if we can talk about this.
Oh no, we can talk about this.
I've
So-
got a good one. I've got a good one if this gets banned from TV.
Let's
Yeah.
hear both. Let's just do it.
So this one in Adelaide, you might have seen there's a whole lot of sort of power cuts going on. People are blaming the renewables for like failing, but really it's just power lines have blown down and it's been a bit of a headache. A lot of people are losing power, and there was a period where the power company started sending out sort of refund checks to everybody. So our house got like $200, and it's a 4-person share house. And so I work all the time. My housemates sort of like hang around at home and they come and go. And I came home and I was just like, oh, this is cool. Sort of saw the $200 check with the bottom ripped off. So they'd obviously gone to cash it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, I'll be getting $50 back for nothing. That's awesome. And then they'd sort of bought a house vape with it. But and I was just like, look, like, I kind of want my $50.
Did they give you the 50?
Yeah, well, I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure I will. Yeah.
Jeez. What was yours, Ray?
Oh, mine's not as funny as that, but I used to live in a share house with 3 people. There was 3 of us, and we had all people around the neighbourhood who like still lived with their parents, just come over every Saturday night. But one thing we loved to do was listen to hip hop and just wrestle.
That sounds
pretend we were
great.
No, but not like on the floor wrestling. Be like, I'm the Undertaker. Like I'm gonna tombstone pile your ass down.
God.
And like all the girls used to just be like, oh my god, they're doing it again. Like oh my god, like can they not be? But once me and another guy who lived at the house were like, yeah, cool, I'm gonna like do a suplex. Like let's do it.
Nice.
And like you just didn't realise that you can't do it in like a 2-bedroom unit. And so I suplexed this dude through the wall that went into the bathroom.
That's great.
We had bloody house inspection on the Tuesday after.
That's awkward.
And it was a bit crap.
Yeah.
And because we had a big weekend, Monday you don't do anything on Monday.
Yeah, fair.
And then when they rocked up on Tuesday, I was kind of just like, oh, look, I'm going to level with you.
Do you want to join? Do you want to join the wrestling?
Look, I'm going to level with you. Do you want to join the wrestling or do you want to join West Ham? But nah, they're actually pretty cool about it. I think they just charged us like one of their dads, the owner's dad came over and like fixed it. He was,
Ah,
like,
sick.
he was like this old like Eastern European guy who was just like, yeah, cool, what's done? I've got to get home because I'm got to go like sharpen a knife or something like that. But it was cool. It
as
was
they
really
do,
cool.
yeah.
Well, no, this guy was a particularly long story.
Like
Yeah.
fair enough, yeah.
It was cool.
So I wanted to ask a bit about the tour. So you guys have played 3 shows in support of moving out already now? Or is
Yeah,
it-
third show,
Oh,
fourth show tonight.
4 shows tonight in Melbourne. How's the tour been? How's the audience been too?
Oh man, yeah, they've been really good.
Yeah.
Well, we played Hills Are Alive a couple of weeks ago,
Yep.
just sold out festival, and it was nuts. We got this really cool set just after sunset, just before Cloud Control, who were like idols of ours. And yeah, it was nuts. It was really, really cool. That was our first show back after 4 months of not playing, doing other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that was awesome. And Sydney never disappoints.
Yeah.
Sydney was crazy last week. And first time we went up to Brisbane and headlined. So yeah, that was
Really?
really, really good fun.
That's awesome. You're heading... Is it in Brisbane, the big Pineapple Festival?
No, that's on Sunshine
Sunshine
Coast.
Coast.
Oh, yeah. When you're heading down there too, is this the first time you're going to be playing that?
Yeah. The only time we've been to Queensland is to play Big Sound last year. So we're really
crazy,
stoked to
yeah.
go to the Sunshine Coast because I don't think any of us have been there
I've
before.
never been there.
Mm.
No.
No.
Dude.
You couldn't have just lied to make it look real cool.
Not at all.
Cohesion, right?
Oh, yeah. Does anyone know a good drummer?
Man. I'm not kidding. Sorry, everyone. Cool.
Now, you guys are known for your live shows, and
Yeah.
your reputation precedes you. How do you approach them? Given that, you know, people get around you.
Approach live shows.
Yeah, I mean, do you? Or do you just go
Have
head
as much
first
fun as
into it?
possible. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like a good thing is you just try not to take yourself too seriously. On a live show, and just just make sure that you kind of not don't drink too much beforehand. What else do you do? Yeah, get to the venue
Yeah.
punctually.
I guess-
Often Hugh's got a good strategy. What he does is he pays everyone out sequentially in the band until they're on the verge of breaking. And then you're so angry at him that you're like, I want to play a good show just so that he doesn't pay me out. Like, oh,
Wow.
man.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Also, we like to drink a lot of Jameson before we play. That's not a lot of Jameson, but we like to have like a shot.
It's just...
It's a thing.
Is it like
It's like a little thing.
a
like-
group bonding
Well,
experience?
Brian usually goes and gets like a round of Jameson, and then we
Just go from there and...
inhale it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Making us sound like such a lad band.
Oh, sorry, I didn't intend to sound like a lad band.
Well, there's so many idiots running around on stage. You have to have something to kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
together before you like start playing. You know.
I think the thing is like I don't know. I find like talking to people before we play really good. Like talk to my girlfriend, or talk to the guys in the support bands, or talk to the bar managers or whatever. I don't know. Maybe that's why I don't really get nervous before I play.
Yeah.
Because I just like I don't know.
Chat.
It's
Yeah,
like,
lots of
it's like,
chat,
yeah,
chat,
it's like
chat.
an extension of what you'd be
Yeah.
doing otherwise.
That's great.
But yeah.
And I guess it makes it
Mm.
makes it easier having some of your best mates around you on stage as well, to sort of get in the zone and try and translate that to everybody else that's there, and try and make it
Yeah.
as inclusive as possible. I guess sometimes like it's a bit sort of like there's a lot going on stage, but if there's a lot going on stage, then hopefully it sort of brings people into it, and
Yeah.
it has that inclusive kind of
Yeah.
feeling, which might not. Some people might miss that point, I guess, but I guess that's something that we see what we're doing.
Like
as
is
being
like
about.
is important. Has that
Yeah.
always been like a thing in the band? Have you
Well,
always
yeah.
strived for that?
Yeah, it wasn't even a deliberate choice. It just has become sort of quite obvious to me anyway.
Yeah.
We've been such good friends for so long. Like, even when we first started the band, it wasn't like a
There were no auditions.
oh you
put
can
it that
play
way.
oh you can play drums, you come in, you can play guitar.
Yeah.
There's a reason why we've got 4 guitar players. It's because we all just hung out, and then
Yeah.
we were like, oh, let's have a jam. Like, we're all playing in different bands, and it was kind of really cool when you can play in a band with a lot of your friends.
Yeah.
And I mean a lot, like 7 people.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
So I guess you're not as nervous because you've got your backup, and then you're trying to include other people there anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah, it blurs that line, I guess, between performance and just hang out. I
Yeah,
guess,
definitely,
in some
definitely.
ways, yeah.
Yeah. And so I wanted to like kind of ask, so you've really kind of blown up over this last year too in terms of getting like a lot of airplay on a lot of radio stations and just getting really well known. Has this kind of changed your outlook on the music you make or like the music industry kind of as a whole or even just the scenes in Australia?
I guess we've learned a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's changed how we write
I don't
songs,
think
though.
it's really changed how we write songs. I think it's definitely made me at least a bit more conscious that that every song every song you play live or every song you release is gonna get noticed by someone.
Yeah.
So I
better
mean
be
it's been
good.
cool to actually be able to use that as a bit of a tool to kind of get a bit more personal with interstate fans because being from
Yeah.
Adelaide it's really tough to play East Coast all the time.
Definitely.
So, kind of being able to give us songs like Moving Out, perfect example.
Mhm.
It's like, a bit of kind of like what I'm about, what we're about, but, give people a bit more of an insight into us.
Yeah.
Not just our music.
Yeah, definitely.
And I like that you picked up on sort of the darker tone of some of the songs and stuff. Like
Yeah.
we're all people. Like we've all got lives. We've all got things that we put into
Yeah.
the music that we play. And Ray, obviously, with the lyrics that he writes, and I guess like connecting on that level has become a little bit easier when you back yourself more. Like when you have had sort of people interested in the songs, and then they may have opinions about the band and want to come and see it and see what the live show's like.
Yeah.
To then connect on that level, and I guess if you really listen to a lot of the lyrics, like they are vulnerable.
Yeah.
And you can, I don't know, there's something about that
Yeah.
that is kind of nice to feel like you can be understood or
Yeah.
whatever.
And it's definitely like, especially for me, that's Dollwave. Like, especially with Dollwave, I find like I connect to a lot of the lyrics in that, and it's really cool that you guys are
Oh, thanks.
kind of putting it like how it is and how
Yeah.
things kind of are right now. Because a lot of bands kind of either gloss over it or will like, I guess some may even over dramatize some things. But yeah, it's cool that you guys are being very real with the stuff that you're putting out.
Thanks, man.
That's okay. No, thank you guys. Yeah.
It's definitely not content usually that you hear in other bands and other
Yeah,
lyrics and
definitely.
stuff. So it's quite personal for you guys as well, in terms
Yeah.
of this
Well,
song itself.
I mean, that was something that Ray wrote about a period more in your life. So
Yeah, well,
I mean,
Dollwave's very...
yeah,
Well, I guess it's, got a lot of personal stuff in there for me.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which, I'm sure you could listen to that song and take it a million different ways.
Definitely.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what I meant was,
Yeah.
whatever.
Do you want to say what you meant?
Oh, no.
No?
Well, the song's pretty much just like a bit of a commentary on, I guess the bigger picture of the song is how, people, work colleagues and, friends that might not necessarily know you too much, how they look at you being in a band. It's really funny sometimes when there's like such a romanticism about being a muso, and everyone who's not in that industry or not aware of everything is like thinks it's all just like, oh, you're getting pissed every night when you
Yeah.
play a gig, or when you guys go on tour you make so much money, or you guys get paid to fly around, all this kind of stuff, and you're like, nah, man.
Yeah.
Seems
Well, yeah,
obvious.
who's
but-
going to be paying for 7 dudes to fly to Melbourne? Yeah, right.
Just in the car on
Yeah.
the way to Melbourne.
No one. That's why we drove here.
Jeez. But you're doing it. You're making this all yourselves, and it's fantastic.
Oh, man, yeah, we're pretty stoked. We've got some real switched on guys in the band. Not me, but some of the real switched on guys in the band who are really good at organising 7 guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But that's good. It's good you can keep it running.
And, I mean, we're all really happy with how everything's sounding. So
Yeah.
hopefully we can share that with everyone sometime this year.
Awesome. Fantastic. Well, we can't wait for it.
Oh, thanks. man.
Thank you boys so much for coming in. It was a really, really great chat. And yeah, if you're around tonight, do check these guys out at Yaya's because it's going to be a killer show.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, thank you. Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
man.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Good.